Get Out of Depression, a path to rediscovering yourself. Do you feel stuck, overwhelmed, or like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders? Let me start by saying this. You are not alone. Depression is more common than we realize, especially for professionals who are constantly juggling challenging demands from work, home, and life. It is a heavy, invisible burden that makes even the simplest tasks feel impossible. If you're feeling lost right now, know this: there is hope. And today we're going to talk about how you can take practical steps to find your way out of depression and rediscover the light within you. This is not just about surviving. It's about thriving, one small step at a time. Let's take a moment to understand what depression truly is. Depression is not just feeling sad or unmotivated for a day or two. It's an overwhelming sense of emptiness, fatigue, and sometimes hopelessness that can stretch on for weeks, months, or even longer. As professionals, you might feel like you're holding it together on the surface, meeting deadlines, attending meetings, managing responsibilities, but inside, you feel like you're falling apart. And that's okay to recognize. Let me assure you, acknowledging these feelings is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. Depression can make you believe you're alone, but the truth is, you're not. Millions of people face the same struggles daily, and many of them have found ways to cope, heal, and come out stronger on the other side. It's not easy, but it's possible. And it begins by understanding that these feelings don't define you. The first step toward anywhere is knowing where you are. So let's talk about recognizing the problem. Some common signs of depression include constantly feeling tired, even after resting, losing interest in hobbies or activities you usually enjoy, struggling to focus or concentrate, feeling irritable, helpless, or even worthless. If you recognize these signs in yourself, don't brush them aside. Acknowledge that something feels off and give yourself permission to explore those feelings. Often, we tend to dismiss our struggles because we should feel fine or because we think our work is too important to pause. But remember, your mental health is your foundation. Without it, everything else eventually begins to crumble. Recognizing the problem may feel uncomfortable, but it's the first sign that you're ready to heal. Once you've acknowledged that you're struggling, the next step is to take action, no matter how small that step may seem. You might feel like you're trapped and can't climb out, but big changes don't happen overnight. They start with just one small move forward. Maybe today, all you're capable of is getting out of bed and drinking a glass of water. You know what? That's a victory. Celebrate it, because from here, you can begin to build momentum. Simple actions like going for a 5-minute walk, journaling your thoughts or feelings, or taking deep, intentional breaths to center yourself can start shifting your mental patterns over time. These micro-habits might seem tiny, but they are powerful tools to help you break free from the cycle of stagnation that depression often creates. Take it one day and one step at a time. The next step is to rebuild your emotional resilience. Think of this as strengthening your inner foundation so that the weight of life doesn't crush you so easily. One effective tool is journaling. Write about how you feel without editing or judging yourself. Even if you're just jotting down sentences like, "Today was hard," or "I'm not okay," that's progress. Writing can help you process and release the emotions that weigh on your heart. Another helpful practice is gratitude. It may feel counterintuitive when you're feeling low, but training your mind to recognize the small positives, even as small as "the sun felt warm on my face today," can gradually create a shift in perspective. Engaging in small acts of self-care, such as preparing a meal for yourself, lighting a candle, or doing something creative like sketching or listening to your favorite music, also helps rebuild your strength. Remember, These moments are not trivial. They're investments in your healing. Isolation is one of depression's closest companions. It convinces you to withdraw from the people around you, but connection is one of the most powerful tools in overcoming these struggles. Start by reaching out to someone you trust. It could be a family member, a co-worker, or a close friend. You don't have to explain everything. Sometimes, even saying something as simple as, "I'm having a tough time right now," opens the door. If speaking to a loved one feels too hard, consider joining a community support group or finding online forums where others share similar experiences. There's incredible power in realizing that others understand and that you don't have to carry this burden alone. Asking for help doesn't make you weak or needy, it makes you human. While personal efforts and connections are important, professional help is often a vital component of recovery. Mental health professionals are trained to guide you through this journey in ways that friends and family may not be equipped to do. Therapists can provide a safe space for you to talk openly without judgment and offer tools to help change your thought patterns. Whether it's therapy, medication, or support groups, seeking professional help is one of the strongest steps you can take. There's no shame in asking for help. It's a courageous step toward reclaiming your well-being. Once you've started moving forward, the challenge is maintaining that momentum, and it's okay if progress feels slow. Remember, you're not aiming for perfection, you're aiming for progress. Honor every small victory, whether it's showing up to a therapy session, getting through a challenging day at work, or simply pulling yourself out of bed on a tough morning. These wins matter. Surround yourself with positive influences, whether it's uplifting content, supportive people, or activities that make you feel alive. Track your growth by reflecting on where you started and where you are now. Celebrate how far you've come, no matter how small the steps feel. Let's pause here and remind ourselves, depression is not your identity. It's a chapter in your life, not the whole story. Every time you take a small step forward, no matter how insignificant it may seem, you're rewriting that story. Brighter days are waiting for you. This doesn't mean life won't have challenges or setbacks, but it means you'll be better equipped to face them. Believe in your ability to heal. There's strength in you that you may not see yet, but trust me, it's there. Take that one step today. Drink water, write one line in a journal, call a friend, make an appointment with a counselor, do anything that signals hope to your heart. Because each of these small efforts is a building block, creating a solid path to rediscovering yourself. Thank you for taking the time to invest in yourself today by watching or listening to this. You are not alone, and your struggles do not define you. Every day is an opportunity to take a small step forward, to rise again, and to rediscover the light within. Remember, brighter days are on the horizon and you will get there. Keep going, even if it's just one small step at a time. You've got this.